of the last movie, going to also tied at number 5 is another great actor from the great movie Prestige, coming in with 23 points. Was number 4 on my list, number 5 on Max's list, number 1 on the Mountains list. It is the multiversal and a person who will put his body through the limits for any role he gets, whether he has to shrink down to a toothpick or get huge. It is Christian Bale.
If you want to see this man's dedication, if you want to see him as a toothpick, as a film legend, watch Machinist. And if you want to see him fat and jolly, watch him play Dick Cheney in, what was that movie called?
Vice.
Vice, there you go.
Yeah. Or American Hustle, he's fat in that too.
That's true, yeah.
And he does play the best superhero, Batman.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best Batman.
Can't argue with that.
He is the best Batman. I'll agree, but Batman's not super. We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that.
That's another argument.
That is another argument.
I mean,
We argue a lot.
He was really good. I think also going from probably one of the nicest to probably one of the most intense actors. I will say, yeah, just the ability, because literally he went from Machinist and then went straight into Batman, and even seeing like it was funny. I watched the behind the scenes of Batman Begins, and Christopher Nolan talked about how when he came in, they were like, you need to get really big, and he got like fat for the role, and then they were like, no, we meant like strong, big, and then like in a couple weeks. They were like really nervous about the movie because he was kind of fat to play. Like they're like, you can't play Batman. You're chunky. You can't play Batman. So then he like slimmed down and learned all the choreographs. So that's always been a really cool thing.
Do you think Nolan told him, "Hey, you're playing Batman, not Fat Man"?
Oh my god.
I mean, he was also really good in The Fighter, and that's another physical transformation because he was very skinny in that movie.
I mean, American Psycho. I mean, pretty much every movie he's in, he's the best part of the movie. Yeah.
And, yeah, we haven't talked about American Psycho. That was just fantastic.
One of my favorite performances of his that's not like well known is that when he's the soldier in Rescue Dawn. That was a great movie. I thought he did a great job on that.
I mean, name a time he was horrible in a movie. You can't.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't.
It wasn't one of his best. It's probably Terminator Salvation, but again, I don't really blame him. It was more the script and the way he.
I mean, he was good in that movie. I mean,
and I remember we all enjoyed 3 Days of Yuma.
Yeah, man, they're all good.
He was also in the 2000 Shaft.
He was a good guy.
That wasn't like a huge.
That was before he became Christian Bale.
Yeah. I remember when I saw him in Batman, I was like, he was a chef. So that was kind of really interesting. Yeah, very good. Also, if you want to see a young Christian Bale and you're a musical fan, The Newsies, he was in it. Surprising. Like, I remember when I watched it, it's like, Christian Bale.
He looks the same.
Yeah, just younger, just a little bit younger.
He looks the same, Max, does he?
Yeah,
he didn't grow up at all.
His
face is the same.
Probably won't recognize, but he was also one of the voices in Pocahontas.
Yep. See, I mean, he's just super talented. Best actor in Hollywood.
Well,
Gonna be the bad guy in the new Thor movie.
Also, Ford versus Ferrari, he's also really good in too.
Again, he's good in every movie. He's good in every movie.
Very different, yeah. All right, we're gonna go to number 4. Speaking of one of the best in Hollywoods and probably one of the best living with 24 points. Max voted this number 1. Vitamin J put him number 6. I put him number 7. He was voted number 8 by D3 and voted number 9 by Bobby. It is Leonardo DiCaprio, another actor who only hosts 1 Oscar. Just throwing that out, Bobby.
It took forever to get to.
Just throwing that out there.
Honestly, the movie he won it for, he shouldn't have won it for that movie.
No.
He should have won it for a different one.
We should have given it to you earlier. Here's your.
Yeah. That was a we owe you. That was a
What did he win for, The Revenant?
Yeah, one for The Revenant.
Which was, it was really
Was
just
it?
This
You
is
said it
the
was a
first
legend.
act I have. On
I mean,
Well,
he did well. He did a great job. But yeah,
I'm not saying he did crappy, but Tom Hardy was better in the movie in my opinion. But anyway,
I
I
mean,
will
he
say
probably
for me,
could.
that he did a complete turnaround for me because we used to hate his guts.
yeah.
And he
Well,
did,
because he was like a pretty boy. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah.
he can act, but he's a little pretty boy.
But ever since Games of New York, he turned that around for me.
I mean, he got Aviator. I'm surprised he wasn't even nominated for an Oscar for Django.
I think
Yeah,
it's
he was
because
really
his
good there.
role was so controversial, but he did
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, I
yeah,
assume.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
that's
his
what I
role,
think too.
but seriously, he was amazing in that.
He was the best actor in that.
I mean, Catch Me If You Can. I mean, pretty much. I mean, any movie he's in, he's been phenomenal.
I mean, he was good in Wolf of Wall Street.
Shutter Island was good. His acting was when he found his
Once
kids
Upon a
in
Time in Hollywood just
water.
recently. It's a
What'd you say?
great movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Great
Ah,
movie.
okay. He was
Inception.
good. Mallory just watched that Look Up movie, and I mean, it was okay, but he was really good in it.
I mean, Inception.
Yeah.
This man got
And
acting credits galore.
if you want to go back, what's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, he was really good in
That was
that.
my first big role, so he's one that's been kind of. I feel it's kind of been interesting because he's also one of those that can be like the good guy, but also be the bad guy, be kind of like sort of degenerate like he was in Wolf of Wall Street. It doesn't
Or
like he
or Django.
yeah, and Django, yeah.
He was downright evil in the Django.
I mean,
Sure.
it's has so
Very-
many good credits now.
He doesn't make bad movies anymore. I mean, I can't think of anyone he's done since he really broke out that he's made a bad movie.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of a bad Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Probably
That's like
J.
absolute
Edgar.
garbage.
J. Edgar would be the.
Yeah. I mean, I never did see it, but yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I know it wasn't get
I
great
feel
reviews.
I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, he dedicates himself a lot to the role, so. From probably one of the. All right, so coming in at number 3 with 28 points was voted on number 2 by D3, number 8, no 9 by Max, number 3 by The Mountain, and number 2 by Vitamin J, from probably one of the best up and coming actors or best younger actors under 50 years old to probably the greatest actor of all time, arguably, Daniel Day-Lewis.
I mean, in my opinion, I don't think there is any debate. Like, as far as like acting ability, he's the best actor ever. I mean, I can't really name anyone who's better. I personally think his best role, even though the movie's kind of hard to watch because he's so convincing in it, is My Left Foot. I believe the person he plays has cerebral palsy, if I remember right. I can't remember, but yeah. But I mean, he's so convincing in it. You would think he legit has cerebral palsy. Like you would never know. Like okay, yeah, he's like yeah, that man's legit crippled.
He
But
broke his foot or something during that too. I believe.
well, it wouldn't surprise me. Shoot, I mean, like for Gangs of New York, it became a freaking butcher and all that crap. I mean,
Yeah.
so, I mean, the man like lives his roles. I mean, it's sad that he's like quit acting, but I don't know if he's actually quit acting forever.
He
What's that?
kind of was intense. He was intense with all his acting. He probably needed to quit. Like,
Yeah, so I mean, it's like because like my thing with Daniel Day-Lewis is like, like sometimes you see a movie like say you see a movie of Bruce Willis, like that's Bruce Willis, but like with Daniel Day-Lewis, like he works into his roles so well. He's kind of like Gary Oldman, that like like you'll see a movie with them in it and not even realize that was them in it. You're like, oh my god, that was so good.
I mean, he is one that I wish has done more roles. I mean, throughout his all filmography, he's only done 30 roles, which is
Yeah.
terribly.
Well, like he had me almost convinced that Abraham Lincoln was alive again.
Oh yeah.
oh, seriously, I don't have to question what it was like to hear like I felt I was watching Lincoln. I was like, dang, this man killed.
I'll say his performance in There Will Be Blood is probably one of the best modern day performances you will ever see.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite acting performance of all time. It's Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well, see,
for sure.
I think that's like his. I think it's his second best acting performance. But I mean, I think I enjoyed um his performance as Daniel Plainview more. But I think he did a better job on my left foot. Like it was just so convincing.
Mhm. Yeah, I think for him, like, it's a reason he does it. He's only done like 30 movies because how intensely he takes those movies.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
Uh
Gandhi, like, was one of his first movies was Gandhi. Like, he had a very small part.
huh.
Um,
Yeah, he puts
I
himself
think it was
fully into the role, so I can see why he doesn't add as much. And even his last movie, Phantom Thread, was really really good. If you saw it, and I think he actually did start making dresses to prepare himself for
It
the
wouldn't
apparently
surprise
he
me.
would
role.
choose for like people, like his, I think it was like close friends or something, but like every role,
And
he
it's like
even
near the end of his
people like
career.
go.
I was just gonna say, even near the end of his career, you just knew whenever you heard Dan Plainview was, or not Dan Plainview, whenever Daniel Day-Lewis was acting in a movie, you knew it was gonna be He was gonna be nominated. It was just
Yeah.
I mean,
uh,
hey,
said
Well,
and done.
even he's one of those that even you can argue, like, you know how some people, like we just said with like Leo, of like he got an Oscar, but did he really deserve the Oscar? He's kind of just giving it because he didn't deserve it that year, but he was giving it as a thing. Like with the Oscars he's gotten, I don't think you're really arguing. You don't argue any of the three best actors. Nobody's arguing, oh, he didn't deserve it. Like, no, he did. Because we all knew he was going to win for Lincoln. And then he showed you,
Hmm.
yeah, I acted everybody in Lincoln. You know, there was nobody who was close to me. And I mean, I watched that. I mean, from the trailer, I was like, yep, that Oscar is pretty much sealed for him. My favorite performance is actually him in Gangs of New York. I really do love that movie.
Yeah.
That is probably my favorite performance he's ever done.
um,
Should have won
you
an
probably would
Oscar.
not. You probably would not find a more dedicated actor to his role.
I'm actually going to think you actually vote for him. I didn't, but
You did, bro.
I did, but you
didn't
know,
put
like,
Daniel
look,
Day-Lewis
it's a
on
hard
there?
list.
I mean, what do you want me to say? They said,
Okay.
I will say with Lincoln though, thankfully he did Lincoln and gave us the after the award ceremony for that movie, we got the glorious Tommy Lee Jones meme. So that was another great thing that came from that. If you remember what I'm talking about, him looking so upset at the Oscars or whatever it was. Yeah, that was
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go to our number two. This man came in at 29 points. Was voted on at number three by myself and Vitamin J. Voted on by number four by D3, and The Mountain put him at number five. It is the iconic, the man, Denzel Washington.
yeah.
Ah.
Great how you doing it.
We didn't put that.
I love Denzel. He's another person, in my opinion, that probably should have won more Oscars. He probably should have won it over Pacino when Pacino won for Son of a Woman. But again, the Oscars just hand out. They give Oscars to people like when it's a bit when they should have gotten it earlier. So that's definitely what they did with Pacino there. Even though Pacino did do a good job. But I had to bump in the list just for Training Day alone. But even then, he's done great work.
He's one that if I hear his name attached to a movie, it automatically gets my interest.
Sure, and I love his Denzelism in it. If people kind of get where I'm going with, just when he has that like speech or just his way about him in roles. Like honestly, it wasn't one of his best, but I really just enjoy him as Coach Boone. And remember, whether it's Remember the Titans or whether you're going to American Gangster, he's really good, or Training Day.
Look, every time you see Denzel, he has you in the palm of his hand. Every single word he utters, you were just listening to.
Did we lose him?
I lost him, Jim.
Well, I'll continue. Even in movies that are kind of mid, like Book of Eli, he's still very good in that movie. He kind of carried that because I don't think anyone would have seen that movie if Denzel wasn't the star of it. I know I wouldn't have.
It's like Equalizer also was helped a lot by him.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
Look, I saw Two Guns in theaters because of him.
Also,
Yeah, I can't say it the same.
one of his good Men on Fire. That actually
Yes,
pretty good.
I thought he did
that's
a good
really
job
good.
in that.
So you got Inside Man. You know, it's just the Count
That
John
was
Q.
that was another really good one.
And I think just the fact that like when he's there, you have to raise your like level to him and kind of try and match him is always interesting from actors. Yeah, Denzel, very iconic actor. Very well done, and kind of just has a commanding presence about him. I think is what I also really like. It's like you notice when he's on the screen every time. So we're gonna go. Oh yeah, if you haven't seen, also from a younger role, he did win the Oscar for Best Supporting. Glory,
Oh yeah, that
really
was a
good
great role
movie.
too.
It also has Morgan Freeman in it, so that was pretty cool. Like, really good movie.
He's not in it much though to win the best Oscar, but
Mhm.
he's barely in it. But
Yeah, but he did a really good job with his stuff. All right, so let's go ahead into some honorable mentions. We're gonna hit it off with this guy got 10 points. Was number 10 by Candace and number 2 by Catan. Very legendary actor Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah. So by now people know I love Star Wars if they've been consistent watchers. Obviously him as Han Solo, he does a really good job, kind of like a space cowboy. I do really love Han Solo, but honestly, his performance in Indiana Jones, like even Harrison Ford like wanted like Han Solo to die off in like the fifth or the second movie that came out, and so but Indiana Jones, he's like the star, like he's a wholesome teacher that does all archaeology, and he does all these badass things too with his whip and like all this different type of things. I actually watched the third movie Christmas Day because it was on. It's such a
Last Thursday.
yeah. It's such a good series. Even he's not the actor in it, but the young Indiana Jones stuff is really good as well. But his performance as Indy, he created two franchises kind of with him being the star role in Indiana Jones and also his Han Solo appearance. So
The less about Temple of Doom and the Crystal Skull, the better.
the Temple of Doom is still good, but yeah.
he's also good in The Fugitive and Air Force One.
Yeah. Oh yeah, get off my plane.
You got to get off his plane.
Get off my plane. Yeah, he does some other good roles too. You see him in a lot of movies nowadays too. He's still acting and enjoying himself. So he definitely deserves a spot.
He finally got his wish. Han Solo was killed. He finally got that wish.
Spoilers.
Oh my, you had plenty of time to see it.
This is not about his acting, but just fun fact: I did actually meet Harrison Ford. It was pretty cool. It was at a place I worked at.
I'm so jealous.
I mean, I don't work out there anymore, so I can say this didn't happen like a couple years ago, but it was actually really cool. He seemed pretty nice, just kind of just low key guy. So yeah, but he's been very nice. Just out with it was just him, his wife, and his kid. So
Look at Philip name dropping over here.
yeah,
I know, right?
I'm so jealous, man.
I have never met a famous person.
Yeah, it was
The only
kinda
thing,
cool.
my only claim to fame is you and I. I've never met a famous person. The only claim to fame is you and I shook Coach K's hand. That's about it.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
A couple of years ago. When he
Talk about
passed
that
Dean
later.
Smith on wins.
Yep.
No,
But sorry. So that's a big one. Another one we're gonna hit is D3. I'll just let you go. Your favorite actor. 10
Oh,
points.
Humphrey Bogart. Yes. Well, Humphrey Bogart's career.
I knew it.
First of all, he's my favorite actor. But you know what? I can see why people don't like it because a lot of people assume he did the same role over and over again. But his career, you could divide into three parts. His early roles are gangster films. That pretty much was his MO until about 41. We did Maltese Falcon, High Sierra. After that, he played more the anti-hero, film noir type character. And then after that is really when his acting shined. After he left the studio system of Warner Brothers. His later roles like Kane Mutiny, African Queen, Were No Angels, all show that he could do different types of roles if he was given the chance. And it really means he has a certain charisma to him, and his voice is very distinct. You will instantly recognize it. And he has played in many parts of some of the greatest movies that have ever been made.
Well, Bobby, you didn't mention your favorite thing about him, that all of his movies are in black and white, and that's your favorite
Actually,
part.
not all of his movies are in black and white. Like, War No Angels in color, K Mutinies in color, African Queens in color. He has a lot of.
How many people on your list were from his era?
Only 3.
Only.
There's a color version of Maltese Falcon that too.
We're gonna also go into another one. Was voted on 7th by D3, Mountain, and Vitamin J. Robert De Niro.
How did he not make top 10, guys?
It was on
Oh
the
yeah,
list.
how did he not make
It's his
top 10?
favorite, not best.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
If you look at best, he would have made it, but it was favorite. I like Robert De Niro, but
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's
he has
a
so many
list.
good movies. He has so many good movies.
Yeah, he could in the 70s
Yeah,
and 80s. He
he-
couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. In the
Yeah,
70s
he's
and 80s.
good.
70s and 80s? I mean, God, dude.
My favorite performance of his is King of Comedy. That for sure. If nobody's seen that, which is if you watch King of Comedy, you'll definitely see parallels to the
I was
Joker movie that
gonna
came out.
say, you mean the movie that ripped off Joker?
No, you mean
Yeah, he was
Joker
great in
ripoff.
Joker too. He was great in Joker.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
Cape Fear. He was
Um,
great in Cape Fear.
Yes, very memeable and Cape Fear.
And
not
he
surprised
does
he
have
made the
more
list.
Oscars than Al Pacino.
Also, Raging Bull, he was really good.
Yeah.
Rage Bull, the speech when he at the end was really good. He gives himself in the mirror.
Well, and he also has one of the most like quotable scenes in Taxi Driver. You know, like you talking to me.
What was the one where he says, "I'm walking"?
No, that's the.
No, that's not
Dustin
him.
Hoffman.
No, sorry.
That's not.
What? Wow. We're just gonna shut up, Phil.
You're talking about you're talking to me. You're the one that you're talking to
Yeah,
me. That's what
you
you're
talking
talking
to
about.
me?
You don't want to hear? So this is talking to me.
Phil,
Man, what's he talking about?
unless he's number 1, I'm surprised your boy Brando didn't make the list.
He's not. No, he's not number one. I guarantee you.
I put Brandon on the list. I put him on there.
He was number 10 on mine. I'm just surprised.
I know you. I know you did, Bobby. Most people on your list are probably dead.
Actually, majority
Bobby,
are alive.
Bobby. Okay, look at your list. How many of them are dead?
Probably 4.
All right, I'm gonna give another honorable mention to Catan speak because he didn't have that many. His number 1, Mark Hamill.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I have no idea. Mark Hamill, he's a legendary actor, mostly well known, obviously, for his portrayal of Luke Skywalker. Even in Episode 8, which is the worst movie that should never existed, he does still perform what he does really well. He goes from a farm boy to like a little bit of a Jedi to a full blown I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm a Jedi, I'm gonna save you. So seeing his hero story, I feel like a lot of people kind of copy it nowadays with movies. He just does a really good job. Obviously, I'm going to talk about his role as Joker in the animated series. He is definitely the best voice acted Joker ever. His performance, you can tell people love him. Like even in this, I think it was like a recent Scooby Doo. They made a joke about him being the Joker because he knows what happens to the Joker because Scooby Doo meets everyone. Like they've met the Joker as well. And Mark Hamill's like, yeah, I know some things about the Joker. And it's like, how do you know that? He's like, well, it's because he voice acts him. What you say about it?
He does the laugh and everything.
Yeah, he does other good things too, but he's a legendary actor. I love him too. He feels like part of the family to me. So.
Well, the reason Mark Hamill doesn't rank highly on my list because as far as movies go,
Yeah.
Star Wars, and that's
Yeah.
And did everybody from Star Wars? Make your list? You got Billy D or James Earl Jones?
And female actresses, I had Ahsoka, even though she's only in that one episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah, he also has Ewan McGregor in this, which is another good actor.
I had William Shatner too.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if he's done any other movies that's worthwhile.
I know
Probably not.
I know he
Probably
has.
not.
A lot of actors.
It's his list. It's his list.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Mark Hamill is a
I'm
good
not
actor.
saying why he didn't make my list. It's just
I will also say it was really cool once Mark Hamill did like it was on a talk show he did between a conversation between Luke and the Joker. That was pretty funny. When he did
I've
it.
seen that. I mean, my head
Did you?
can.
Did you?
Wait, sorry. My head can is if Luke joined Vader, he would have became the Joker. If you get my meaning. So.
Did you see where he was like on Stephen Colbert or one of those? I can't remember one of those talk shows where he did a Trump speech in Joker's voice. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
He's a major. By the way, in case you don't know, he's a major liberal. Like, follow him on Twitter, like the man. Like stuff he posts.
Most actors, right?
Yeah, but like he's one shows it out on Twitter like all the time.
Which I like.
Okay, can we talk about like I mean, I don't understand how he didn't make y'all's list. William Dafoe.
He didn't make the
He's
list.
good, but not top 10 good. I'm sorry.
Oh, bro.
You put him number 10
Well, I did. Yeah, I did put him 10. Yeah, that's in the
Well,
top 10.
did anyone vote for him besides Hunter?
No,
Probably not.
No.
No, he's really good.
like
I mean,
again, if we're going like talent, I'll give him like he's one of the most like well-rounded, and he just has it. I'll always say my favorite part is always Boondock Saints. Everybody knows.
yeah.
Oh. I feel like in most movies he's the best part that he's in.
And
You want to talk a little
Hunter,
about the new Spider-Man since you weren't there for that? Go ahead, Hunter.
Wait, what now?
You want to talk a little bit about him and the new Spider-Man? Go ahead.
I mean, there's a reason he was the main bad guy villain. You know, because he's the best actor of all of them, and he's the most enjoyable. That's why he's the main villain.
he had very memorable curse in the lighthouse, which is Hunter and I quote very often.
Yeah. He was the best. Yeah, with that, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't have enjoyed The Lighthouse if it was anyone else besides William Dafoe.
Nah, man, the movie was good enough on its own, but he definitely helped it.
I've heard he's somewhat of a scientist himself.
You know, I feel like I've heard that too.
A couple times even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right. We're gonna go to our number one. With 32 points, again, not a single first place vote. Blue Sky's number one. It was voted on number 2 by The Mountain. Both D3 and Max put him number 3, and Vitamin J put him number 4. It is the iconic Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I say it right. I'm glad we have it on record that Jack Nicholson is better than Al Pacino. We have it on record.
He
In fact, it wasn't even close. Al Pacino's 7 on the list. Jack Nicholson 1. Need not say more. Debate over. I don't want to hear us ever talk about this again.
It's just a bunch of idiots. That's what it shows me.
Yeah, definitely no wrinkles in y'all's brains.
You voted him 4.
Oh, Jeremy, he did Chinatown.
Yeah, look at Spider-Man J betrayed. At least I didn't even put him on my list. It's showing you he wasn't.
It's because you're smooth brain.
Oh my god.
He has so many
I mean,
great movies.
I have seen pretty much like every movie, at least every movie worth watching of his, even some of the bad ones. No, he was one of the best. That's why I put him number 4. But my favorite role of his would probably be Cuckoo's Nest, if not Chinatown.
Oh yeah, he's so many great movies. It's great seeing him play the creepy old guy or the scary crazy guy. Amazing every role.
I'll have you know, in The Shining, they casted him, and they were worried that people wouldn't believe him, to believe that he would be crazy enough. They actually thought that whoever would Stanley Kubrick or Stephen King, one of them was worried that no one would believe that he would go crazy during the movie.
You looked at it? Like, do you
I'll say, and what's Jack Nicholson most well known for?
Yeah, well, because like he was, I guess like
Lakers game. That's pretty much his dude things. Come on.
Yeah, but then you look at the behind the scenes footage of him like amping himself up for some of the scenes in The Shining, and you're like, yeah, definitely kind of crazy. It's funny.
There's a reason why this movie has won 3 Oscars.
Yep.
No, I mean he's a really good actor. It's a shame that obviously he's a bit up there in age, can't act as much as he used to.
was like he was even the best part in The Departed. Like Jack Nicholson was the best part.
He was enjoyable in anger management. In the movie.
Yeah, he's also the best part in that movie.
And man, it was like he played a great Joker. You know,
Yeah.
he set up a good foundation for Heath Ledger and Walking Phoenix.
Yeah.
What? He's just so it's a great Joker. What? Because he's better than Jared Leto. Guess what? The others have smashed him in every meaning. Okay, Heath Ledger pissed on him.
You could-
okay,
you could bet.
pissed on him.
could,
The last guy who played Joker, Joaquin
It's
Phoenix,
Smooth
pissed on him too. Fun fact. Wait. We want to talk. Let's talk about Oscars. Question: who's the only recent Joker that did not win an Oscar? Who's one of the recent Jokers
Jared
that didn't
Leto.
win an Oscar? Oh, I'll tell you
Jared
again.
Leto.
Jack Nicholson. Where's his Oscar for Joker? So
Well,
group none.
Yes,
No, didn't get one. Didn't even get nominated. Heath
if you look
Ledger
at
and Joaquin Phoenix played the role to
But
perfection.
1989 was a completely different time where the Academy would never recognize a
Yeah.
comic book.
A comic book, the early '90s. Come on now.
Now we trash the Oscars, but back then we were ready to hail the Oscars. That's the gold standard.
You had enough screen times as Stephen A. over here. Just shout over. Without Jack Nicholson playing that poor joke, as you were trying to say here, there would be no superhero movies. If that Batman movie bombed, they wouldn't do anymore. So you're welcome. If there wasn't Jack Nicholson, there'd be no Heath Ledger Joker. Boom. Thank you, Jack.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
be grateful, Phil. And he also gave one of the great movie speeches of all time and a few good
Does
minutes.
that make him a great actor? Does that just automatically put you in the
What makes you a great actor is he's a great actor.
the pantheon of everything? Is that our standard? Without this guy, there wouldn't have been this guy who just did it better.
Phil, you can't handle the truth. I'm sorry.
God, better than Pacino. It doesn't matter, man.
Well. Tell me, which one of them played the Joker? Not Al Pacino.
Could Al Pacino play the Joker? No.
He could play Al Pacino playing the Joker. He could do Al Pacino playing the Joker.
You wouldn't have been able to handle that. All right.
He'd be like, okay, Batman.
Bad girls got it. You're that.
Oh my.
Now that I mention it, I would pay to see him be the Joker.
I would love to see that. So yes, he might do a good job.
And also Jack Nicholson knew when to quit because he has not acted since 2010.
But he's also like 80.
I'll also give an F-bomb. An F-bomb.
There goes your paycheck. There goes your whole pay.
You said one of the worst ones. Always good during recording session.
Who did that?
Jack Nicholson, he's very much quiet about his personal life. Like that man kind of keeps it.
Well, I mean, he grew up thinking he thought his sister, or he thought his mother was his sister.
Yeah.
He has a messed up upbringing.
Yeah, he kind of
that's
one of those
definitely weird.
kind of wrong. Besides being out front court at Lakers games, like nowadays, that's all you kind of see.
He's barely even there.
Yeah, he's not.
If you want a fun fact, him and Michael Caine are the only actors to be nominated for an Oscar from the 60s to the 2000s. Every decade they were nominated for an Oscar.
Michael Caine.
Oh, was he in this chat? What? All the time? Didn't even introduce yourself.
Cool. And quick question: was that Oscar for Joker? Huh? What happened there? What happened there? If he's such a great actor.
The Academy was never going to recognize a comic book movie. In fact, they really didn't recognize a comic book movie until 2008.
You can argue they wouldn't have if he didn't pass away.
Yeah, it's like yeah, he was more deserving. Heath Ledger or Robert Downey there.
Oh.
I mean, they're both iconic roles.
But Robert Downey it was the wrong year. Like any other year, he wins it.
Yeah, any other year he gets it.
Any other year, he wins it. But like that year, it's like, dang, man, you really gave that performance like the wrong year.
We all agree Heath Ledger's performance as Joker was a performance of a lifetime. You ain't
Well,
talking.
yeah, I mean, there's the reason why that movie is the best Batman movie ever made, and it's because of Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Kristen Bale does a really good job in that movie, but I mean, Joker.
Oh, he does.
Joker steals the show. Personally.
Oh, he does. Well, I mean, because every scene Joker's in, you're like, oh, I want more of that. Give me Joker, but you're like, damn, I wish there were more scenes.
they play off so well against each other because usually you know how it is. The villain usually is kind of like generic, and usually the good guy is like kind of still a show, but it's kind of like reversed a bit. If you get my meaning, so it's cool. I like it.
So that is our list. Again, I really don't think Jack Nicholson is a bad actor.
You can tell that this decision has
He's
clearly
a
wiped
great
out his
actor. I'll
energy.
actually admit that. I just like to be that guy.
Oh, we know. We know.
Just for the audience, so they don't think for real. Like I really think Jack Nicholson sucks. Like no, he's a great actor.
I don't want people to think we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil, if you
I
didn't think he was a
think John
good
Wayne's
actor,
better than Jack
I can never
Nicholson.
take your opinion seriously.
I much rather enjoy Steven Seagal.
If anyone ever said that, I can't trust you.
What? See, Steven Seagal is not even like a John Claude Van Damme where it's even like fun.
No, Steven
It's
Look
like over top of
sum
fun.
up him in one word or 2 words. He sucks.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, if at least with
he
John
also as a
Claude,
person kind of
Yeah,
sucks.
he's a
Like,
shitty
at least John Claude Van Damme's legitimate. Like he actually does have a karate record. He was really good in karate. At least he's proof.
he kind of knows with his stuff. Like John Claude Van Damme will admit to his stuff. So it's like a campiness. It's kind of part of the movie.
That's
Seagal.
why I said Seagal's not hitting that split.
Steven Seagal. I'm not
Would he even bend down? Like, would he even bend down at
He
all?
can grip his pants bending over.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing he's splitting is his pants.
I was like,
But when I hit Seagal, sorry, we just don't like you, okay?
Yeah.
Not
I
fancy.
mean, what's he gonna do? Come over and eat me? I mean, dang.
oh,
But all the actors
We're all-
from the 80s,
Yeah.
90s, he's bottom tier.
Yeah.
He
That's
would
what I
not
thought.
make 50 action stars.
Oh yeah, there's like
No.
that.
I don't even know how he became popular back in that day. I
The
don't
one decent movie that people like, I think, was Under Siege, and I think that was it.
He died like 10 minutes in.
Yeah, that's the best
Oh, I
part.
liked it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he probably was in there longer, he probably would have been like, no. All right, so yeah, that is our list for top 10 favorite actors. Just to remind you, tied at 9th place was Robin Williams and Arnold Schwarzenegger, coming in with 13 points. Coming in with 15 points at 8th place was Will Smith. 7th place was Al Pacino with 18 points. With 23 points, both Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman coming in at 5th place. At 4th place was Leonardo DiCaprio, coming in with 24 points. With 28 points, Daniel Day-Lewis coming in 3rd place. At 2nd place was Denzel Washington with 29 points. And at our 1st place is Jack Nicholson with 32 points. So thank you all for tuning in this episode. Please like, share, notification, all that jib jab, and subscribe. Again, my name is Legacy. I am the host, and you can follow me at wisdom_legacy on Twitter.
And my name's Max, and please follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And again, look at that beautiful shirt. I mean, look at that thing. Go ahead and click the link below and go to purchase one of them bad boys.
I am Bobby D3. If you want to read any of my fascinating books, the links will be provided below.
all right. I'm Ian Lesbian, I'm Ian Kitan, but my channel name is Ian Lesbian, and so you can check me out there. I make a lot of videos, and it's really fun. And I've made a video that came out today, and it probably has more views than the whole channel. So check it out.
All right.
Oh, wow. Shots fired. Okay. All right.
You didn't shoot down on us. I see how that
I'm teasing. I'm
Okay.
teasing.
Okay, we mimight be looking for a new edit guy over here.
We make it big, take his payout.
Oh my god.
God.
I put in the work.
Take his pay.
I'll talk to you offline.
Nah, I'll take your pay.
Okay.
All right, go next.
All right, I'm Vitamin J. You can find me on Twitch at Vitamin J or Twitter VitaminJ91.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm Mountain, and you know the drill. Social media is the worst thing ever invented. Don't go on it. If you want to be happy in your life, just don't use social media.
If you want to be happy in life, subscribe to Core Discussions on YouTube.
Well,
Yep.
of course, that's the only thing you should subscribe and listen to. But anything else, just don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
Everything else is evil.
Yeah, exactly.
And please do comment. Let us know what you like, and let us know what's on your list. Let us know anything that you want to hear us talk about at any other time. So thank you again, and be back here next time where where the discussion does begin. Ian takes out.
Get off my plane. No ticket.